Hi everyone, my name is Michael Chen, and I'm a second-year petroleum engineering student here at UT. To give you a little bit of a background about my time here in Lions, I joined in the spring of 2016, and I'm coming up on my third semester here in the organization. I know a lot of the other candidates here, and even a lot of the general members here have spoken about how they got tabled into Lions, and I really do have a similar story, even like so similar to Tina, because it was actually our former membership director. She's actually one of my neighbors back in Houston, like literally 7 houses down. We went to the same high school together, and she recruited me into Lions when I was in my first semester at UT. A little bit hesitant, I didn't join. I tried to focus on my academics and I joined professional orgs and stuff. And then I came around the second semester because I realized that I needed to meet new people outside my major and develop a mindset where I can really learn from people from different majors. And I think that's the reason why I've sticked around the most in Lions. I really enjoyed the diversity of thought we have here in Lions and the diversity of people on top of the service that we have here in Lions. And that's really what's brought me here. Michael, come on. Okay, to get on things on the Treasury side, as I finish up my first year here in the Treasury Committee, I feel prepared to become the treasurer in the 2017-2018 school year. Over the course of this past year, I've worked under both Minji and Karen, the senior treasury chair and the treasurer, and I've gotten the chance to really learn about the ins and outs of what the Treasury Committee does and how it oversees all the finances of the organizations to make sure that we stay afloat and make sure that we do the best to benefit our members to the best of our abilities. Some of the things that you guys might not realize, even though we're kind of like the behind the scenes committee, because we don't really plan events so much. It might seem like we just take your money all the time, but we really are a crucial part of this organization, and we do a lot. If you're not aware, as a nonprofit organization, we don't get a lot of that corporate sponsorship that a lot of the other orgs on campus get, and that makes it that much more challenging as a community, as an organization, to provide the funds for everything that we do. As a 300+ membership organization, it requires a lot of time and effort on our part to really provide that kind of stuff. And we're providing all the funds to all aspects of the organization. Things like subsidizing social events, things like creating affordable yearbooks for you guys to get to share memories in the future. And best of all, GMCBs, which we introduced this year, and I believe we're going to continue next year, so look out for that. To go on from that, some of the things that we've done here in this past year in the Treasury Committee include ushering at UT football games, doing a ton of fundraisers throughout the year, and doing some profit shares with restaurants in the surrounding community and West Campus. And while I want to continue that in the next year, I believe that we need to look toward new fundraising ideas as our club gets bigger and better, and just make sure that, I know I'm going to get this question about ushering possibly falling through. There definitely needs to be a backup in the case that happens, and even if not, to increase more funding so that we can get a better, provide more stuff for a bigger membership base, and to make sure that our members get the most benefit out of being a member. So some of the new fundraising ideas that I do have for next year, in the middle picture I have here, Formula One. If you're not aware of the Circuit of the Americas, which is the racetrack that's near Austin, I know some student organizations around here, they do kind of a similar thing to ushering where they run concession stands there. I thought it would be a great opportunity if we could look into that into the next semesters or so, as a thing on top of ushering, and the same thing with that, providing different level of tiers of rewards for that to increase participation and help out the UT Lions organization as we get bigger and better. The two things on the side I have are Horns Link and student government. Horns Link, there's something called Horns Raiser. I'm looking to propose that we look into some kind of crowdfunding. I know that we have the Austin Founders Lions Club here. We have Buda Lions Club near us. I think that they would definitely be open to helping us fundraise for certain things like club T-shirts or like service things or service supplies, like for for the homeless, so that we can increase money for things like membership, so that we can increase membership attainment. So really, on all my time here in Lions Club and Treasury has really been amazing, and I want to continue to add value to the organization and serve as your next treasurer for the 2017-2018 school year.
So I'm going to ask about ushering. How are you going to increase incentive when people have to usher for, 10 hours a day? Do you have any new ideas about getting more people out to come usher and then getting more rewards for that?
Like beyond what we have right now?
Yeah.
So I think, if we do add this on, we will have more money. So I know some things that we've done. There was one ushering event that started at like 6 a.m. and what we did was we provided breakfast tacos for the ones who came out. I think if we do add this on and gain more funds, we can start doing that for every single ushering event. At least have like some form of like food or refreshment as we get there, and make sure that people are comfortable, even though that they have to do hard work in that kind of environment. Just make sure that we give something in return.
How do you plan on making, like, a lot of the membership candidates suggested more socials, but socials aren't free, so how do you plan on making that more affordable to our members?
So, like a part of my speech, I think, was about, if we can increase these funds through new opportunities like that crowdfunding through Horns Razor, or even like appropriations. I haven't had a chance to speak on that from the UT Senate or student government. I know there's a lot of red tape with that, and it does require some effort in that, but I think if we can use those for really like club-wide events like Hope for the Homeless, where we do need supplies, and for things like club T-shirts, which I know like people would be willing to at least to donate to us money for a cause, right? So I think if we don't have to use that money for that kind of stuff, we're able to like add that to membership so that we can subsidize even more, or create events that, or like more membership, of course, more social events, so that people have the opportunity to go out and meet new people. Hi, Karen.
If I gave you $1,000 right now, what would you buy?
Wait, you're talking about me?
Like, not you, but...
What I buy? That's a really good question. I think I would put more money into more tabling equipment, I think, because I know that's one thing that we've had an issue with. I know like our holder has been breaking down a lot, and make sure that we have new like forms of new forms of like media, where if we can get like maybe like a monitor or something like that to like show all the videos we have, because I know that's something that Z was mentioning, like showing all the events we have. I think that would be something that would be a possible thought. But also I know we were discussing like new bulletin boards for our tabling. So I think that's the first line of thinking, because we need to increase membership retainment and help with recruitment, because I know that's the toughest thing we have to do as an organization. Oh.
Okay. I know a lot of money has to go towards membership because socials aren't free.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have any plans on setting aside a budget for service? Because I know this year in service committee just really have to focus on like free stuff, which is like maybe like in a general sense, it doesn't make sense for you to have to pay to volunteer. But I know like Habitat for Humanity and stuff is not free. So just do you have like any plans for that? Are you thinking about that? Just so we can like maybe plan different things and like regional.
So I would definitely, if there's definitely incentive for a certain like service event that a lot of people want to go out to, even if it costs some money, I think that's something we would possibly put into the budget. But I think we've discussed this with the service committee too. That we're gonna try to focus on events that don't cost money. But again, like I think if we do put in the effort to look toward these kinds of new opportunities, where I do believe people are willing to put money toward things that are actually. We're not gonna ask people to pay for like a boat party or something like that. We're gonna ask people to get supplies or like a new service idea that we can do. So if we're able to get those funds, we don't even have to appropriate those funds ourselves to service.